Have you ever watched a team look completely unstoppable, only to see everything fall apart in one night? That is exactly what happened to Argentina. They marched through the 2026 World Cup. The victories kept coming. The confidence kept growing. Many believed another title was only one match away. But then, they faced Spain. 90 minutes later, the football world was asking a question nobody expected. Was Argentina truly one of the greatest teams in the tournament, or had Spain exposed weaknesses that everyone else failed to see? Tonight, we uncover what really happened. Before we begin, keep one question in your mind. Did Argentina deserve to reach the World Cup final, or did Spain simply reveal the truth? Do not answer yet, because by the end of this story, you might change your mind. Every World Cup creates hope, but in Argentina, hope feels different. It carries history, pressure, and impossible expectations. Only 4 years earlier, Argentina had stood on top of the football world. Now, they had returned with another chance to make history. The squad looked balanced, the dressing room looked united, and every victory made the belief even stronger. From packed stadiums to crowded streets back home, millions of fans could almost see the trophy returning to Argentina. With each passing match, people stopped asking whether Argentina could reach the final. Instead, they began asking who could possibly stop them. But while the celebrations grew louder, another conversation was quietly taking shape. It did not begin on the pitch. It began in television studios, across social media, and inside millions of comment sections around the world. Some believed Argentina were simply too good. Others believed something did not feel right. They pointed at the fixtures. They questioned key decisions. They argued that Argentina had avoided the toughest challenges. At first, those voices were easy to ignore. After all, Argentina kept winning. But with every victory, the debate only became louder. Soon, one question followed Argentina everywhere they went. Were they truly the strongest team in the tournament, or had the tournament unfolded perfectly for them? Nobody knew it then, but the final against Spain would answer that question in a way that almost nobody expected. To be fair, those questions did not appear out of nowhere. Every World Cup creates debate. Every big decision is replayed. Every controversial moment is examined from every possible angle. This tournament was no different. Some supporters believed Argentina had earned every single victory. Others insisted they had benefited from moments that could have gone either way. The arguments spread quickly. Football shows debated them for hours. Former players shared their opinions. Fans defended their teams with endless passion. Soon, it felt as though everyone had chosen a side. But once the noise faded, one simple fact remained. Argentina were in the World Cup final. Not because of opinions, not because of headlines, because they had found a way to win when it mattered most. And that is what great teams have always done. Still, there was one problem. Winning matches and convincing the world are not always the same thing. If Argentina wanted to silence every critic, there was only one thing left to do: beat Spain. No excuses, no controversy, just football. It sounded simple until they looked across the pitch, because waiting for them was a team that had been solving every problem the tournament placed in front of them. A team that did not panic, a team that rarely gave the ball away, a team that controlled matches without needing chaos. Spain had not just reached the final, they had been building toward this moment from the very first match. And whether people realized it or not, their greatest weapon was not a single player. It was the way every player moved together. That was the challenge Argentina had not faced yet. And in just a few hours, the entire football world would discover why that mattered so much. When the final finally arrived, the atmosphere was unforgettable. Millions of people stopped everything they were doing. Some believed they were about to witness another chapter of Argentine glory. Others believed Spain had been underestimated from the very beginning. Then, the whistle blew. The opening minutes revealed something unusual. Argentina were chasing the ball far more than anyone expected. Every time they tried to build an attack, Spain were already there, closing the space, cutting the passing lanes, forcing mistakes that Argentina had rarely made throughout the tournament. It was not panic, it was pressure. Relentless, patient, disciplined pressure. For the first time in the World Cup, Argentina looked uncomfortable. Every attack demanded more effort. Every pass carried more risk. Every decision had to be made a little faster. That was exactly what Spain wanted. They were not trying to win with one spectacular moment. They were slowly taking control of the rhythm. Minute by minute, the confidence that had carried Argentina through the tournament began to fade. The same team that had looked so composed against every previous opponent was now searching for answers. And perhaps the biggest surprise of all, Spain were not doing anything magical. They were simply executing their game plan almost perfectly. That was the moment many people finally understood something important. Argentina had not suddenly become a weak team. They had finally met an opponent capable of exposing the smallest weaknesses. And at World Cup level, the smallest weakness can decide everything. As the match continued, Spain refused to change. They did not rush forward. They did not abandon their shape. They stayed patient. Every pass had a purpose. Every movement created another passing option. It was football played with remarkable discipline. Argentina tried to respond. They searched for moments of brilliance, a quick counterattack, a dangerous cross, a piece of individual magic. But Spain rarely allowed those moments to breathe. Whenever Argentina found a small opening, another red shirt was already there, closing the gap, winning the second ball, starting another attack. Little by little, the momentum shifted completely. The confidence that had carried Argentina through the tournament was now flowing through Spain instead. This was not about luck. It was not about controversial decisions, and it was certainly not about one bad performance. It was a tactical battle. Spain had found a way to disrupt everything that had made Argentina so dangerous throughout the World Cup. They controlled the tempo, they limited the space, and they forced Argentina to play a game they never wanted to play. That was the difference. Not talent, not desire, but control. Sometimes, the better team does not need more stars. It simply needs a better plan. And on the biggest stage in world football, Spain's plan was working almost perfectly. By the time the final whistle drew closer, one thing had become painfully clear. This final was no longer about proving whether Argentina deserved to be there. It was becoming a lesson in how even the strongest teams can be outplayed when they meet an opponent prepared for every move. Then, the final whistle echoed around the stadium. For Spain, it was the sound of history. For Argentina, it was the sound of a dream coming to an end. The celebrations began. Spanish players embraced one another. Their fans sang with pure joy. On the other side, Argentina stood in silence. Some stared at the pitch. Some looked toward the sky. Others could only watch as the trophies slipped away. It was heartbreaking. But heartbreak does not always tell the whole story, because the easiest conclusion would be to say Argentina were never good enough. The evidence tells a different story. They were good enough to reach the World Cup final, good enough to defeat every opponent before it, good enough to make millions believe once again. What they were not was unbeatable. Spain did not destroy Argentina's reputation. They exposed the fine margins that exist at the highest level of football. A single tactical advantage, a little more control in midfield, a little less space to create chances. Sometimes that is all it takes to change football history. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson from this final. A team can be brilliant. A team can deserve to reach the biggest stage and still lose to a better performance on the day. That is the beauty of the World Cup. It does not reward the strongest story. It rewards the strongest performance when everything is on the line. That is why this final will be remembered for years to come. Not because Argentina failed, not because Spain got lucky, but because football reminded us of one simple truth. No team is unbeatable, no trophy is guaranteed, and every World Cup writes its own ending. Maybe Argentina did deserve to reach the final. Maybe Spain were simply the one team capable of stopping them. Perhaps both things can be true at the same time. If you enjoyed uncovering the stories behind football's biggest moments, subscribe to Goal Rush, because the next story might change the way you see the beautiful game all over again. Now I want to hear your opinion. Did Spain expose Argentina's weaknesses, or were Argentina simply outplayed on one unforgettable night? Tell us what you think in the comments. Until the next story, this is Goal Rush.